Good morning. Sun's shining, and we're having a bright day here in Illinois. It's kind of cool. It was 14 degrees just a little bit ago, and slippery slopes for some politicians. Here's a politician we knew that didn't fall on, well, he did fall on a slippery slope sometimes. But here's what we have to say for him from Acts 2 this morning. This is reading from Acts 2, verse 34 and following. Um, the reading from the New International Version from crosswalk.com. For David did not ascend to heaven, and yet he said, the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet. Do you guys like footstools? Do you like having your feet up, resting and relaxing? Yeah. And so you see this morning, as I'm resting and relaxing, the sun is shining on me. I'm scratching my head, enjoying the morning. I haven't been up very long, and my old head would just like to wake up a bit. Oh. Yeah, well, so I'm weird. Nothing you didn't already know. And one thing I thought as I was sitting here this morning is that the light coming through there's two windows and a door, a sliding door, going out onto the balcony where you'd like to see me in warmer weather, where I like to see me at least. I don't know if you like to see me there or not. But anyway, and I like to be out there on the porch. It'd be nice to have a footstool out there on my porch. Now, to make my enemies my footstool, think about that. So the footstool gives us comfort, makes us feel better. Enemies don't normally do that. But at some point in time, God said to David that he would do that for him, that his enemies would be his footstool. So if we think that way, we look at our enemies and say, how can they help us out? Well, maybe God has a better mind of that than we do, but sometimes God will give us a mind also of his mind, and we should seek to do that so that when we look at our enemies and when we look at people who are falling down, that we think of them as a comfort to us, not as burdens to us. Finding ways to help them, not to help them be our enemies, but to help them be who they can be in God's eyes. So that's kind of a stretch, isn't it? Well, here we are this morning. That kind of went fast. My mind just went through that. I thought I'd tell you this morning about some dreams I was having last night. Kind of an odd stretch of dreams. Started out, and of course I don't remember everything I dreamed, but I was dreaming that my wife was my front office person, and I was a real estate person. I was back in the back of the real estate place. And I sort of know where this real estate place was. It was a real estate place for a while, and last I knew it was a sandwich shop. And but anyway, that was the location. It wasn't the inside of the office. I'd never been inside the inner part of the office. I think I might have walked in once to get a list of homes from the front part of the office, but I don't really remember much about that office. And anyway, the office was bigger than this building was, and once you got inside of it, I guess that's kind of something you can do in your dreams. So anyway, for some reason, and I know the reason, but it's just not something that you don't tell all your dreams all the time. I could not get out to the front office to meet with some folks, and one of them was a friend of ours who we had known from my work when we were first married. That's almost 30 years ago now. And he was there with a lady, and he was looking to buy a house or sell a house or something. And for some reason I couldn't get out to meet with him. So then dream moved on, and they decided they couldn't wait for me any longer, and they took off. And next thing you know, I was out, and I was driving down a highway with somebody, and this was obviously it was a working thing that we were doing. Stopped at even though we were in Illinois, and we were up off of Highway 12, I think it is, Northwest Highway. And some reason we pulled off of this highway and under the bridge and went over. Bunches and bunches of buses, moving back and forth, and watching all these buses go. And then for some reason we were at a Randall's supermarket. Now up here, Randall's equivalent would be Dominic's, but this was a Randall's supermarket. We went into my official name is Randall. I was born Randall Lee Baxley. I like being called Randy. Went into this Randall's, and we were repairing some things, and we got over and we were repairing a shower. Now, this shower is something that comes into my mind quite a bit. I'm not exactly sure why, but anyway, here we were repairing this shower. I'm fully dressed with a jacket on, and the shower was going. And so I got my top was apparently waterproof, but my pants were getting all wet, and my shoes were getting all wet. And then next thing you know, we were researching how they did the floors there at that Randall's. Then we were off and went off, and the Randall's flagships in that area where the real estate office was used to have a certain type of stone on the front of it, and that stone came to mind in my dream, and went off into visiting with friends here, and one friend in an embarrassing situation, and working with her, trying to get her out of embarrassment, and just moving on with things, and sitting around in the yard and having a nice conversation. The yard would turn to the den, and so we were in the den having the conversation, and the kids were playing around. And thing is, the person I was thinking about doesn't have any children, but anyway, the children were playing around, and then moved on and moved back to the place where I lived, and just kind of ended the dream up there, I guess. And so I don't know that all of that means too much, except the sun comes out every day, and oh yeah, the bar on the window. We forgot to talk about the bar on the window, and the sun coming on me, and I can move my head, and you see the shadow of something between me and the sun will mess me up. So don't let things get between you and God. That bar is between me and the sun. God loves you. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.